Hello, Tara here. So I am woefully behind on Follow a Sketch February. I think I did 3. So I had a bunch of Mercy Tiara page kits pulled for certain days. So I thought I would just go ahead and use those. And so it'll be like every other day, every third day or something. Hopefully I can have them done by the end of the month. What's today, the 25th? Yeah, that's gonna happen. Anyway, it was a nice thought. This is day 8, and this is a photo of my son and I. This was just about a year ago out for supper, and I was making him hug me. He looks thrilled. Am I right? 17. It's it's an age. So this is the sketch, and it doesn't say on here who it is. I will put that down in the description so I can give credit to whoever this is. So here we have, let's see, there's kind of like almost like a die cut something or other running down, like a, not a border, but just some kind of element. And then some round pieces, and then a bit down here. So what I kind of thought was, in place of these pinked circles, what if I fussy cut some of the bigger chunks out of here and use them in place of these two, and maybe even this big one here. Like there's some that attach into like big chunks, and could almost use those. So that would take care of the circly bits, and then maybe pop these on as well. These are the ones I had pulled from the page kit that I did in my page kit video. That can tuck in wherever. I didn't have a whole lot pulled for this, remember. I just kind of pulled a few things at the time. And let's see, so oh, and it looks like there's a touch of mixed media on the background. So what if I've got that one. It's on the back of this. So if I matted that, I do still like kind of some kind of border around the edge, and then did some kind of mixed media through here. I could use maybe, paintbrushes don't really jive, right? I could use this piece going down the center here. Or do I have something else that would work? You know what I should do? I should be prepared and have my other embellishments from that kit pulled out. So maybe there's something on there. Let's see. So that was the alpha. And what else was there? This was, what had the Vicky Boutin stickers? Now where did I put those? Did I stick them in with another page kit? Can you hear that one, guys? Crazy, huh? And it's a cold wind today. I must have stuck them in with another page kit. Okay, I'm gonna put you on hold here and figure out what I did with it. One sec. Okay, I think I know what we're gonna do here. So to begin with, I trimmed the white down to 11.5 by 11.5 and distressed the edges. And then with the blue piece, I gutted out, left a 1.5 inch border all the way around so that we can do that. And then from this piece, I did cut a mat for the photo out of it, and got the branding strip left. And then I did grab one more piece. Wait, how many pieces did I have? 1, 2. I think I put one back. What did I have out? Oh, I had the, did I have the beige? No. Did I lose a piece somehow? Oh, no, no, no. Sorry. I had the piece with the florals on it to fussy cut. So I did cut one, this guy out. And then I thought rather than do more fussy cut, I would pull a couple off the sticker sheet so that you'd have the different finishes, just for a little bit of interest. Okay, so then for another color, because the back of this one, I wasn't loving that color for what we've got going on here. So I pulled the sheet that has all the what you call it, pencils. So I let's see here. So I trimmed off the branding strip. We're going to use this strip, but I trimmed this piece off to keep in case I want to use that on something else. And then from what was left, I picked out this piece here, which is going to go along the bottom like so. And then on the back of this is the yellow. So I used yellow and then that blue to match. So it's going to be kind of like this, right? And I think I want to show the stripe going down the side, so I'm going to move my photo over a little bit. So then this is where this will go. Wait, which way did I want it? I think this way. Maybe. And then we'll have the two other sticker florals there. Now these were the pieces I had picked out originally for embellishments. And I think I'm going to save this one because it's kind of clunky looking, I think maybe, and I think I'll stick with just straight florals. So then we've got this guy. I was going to put him there. I don't know if I'll use these two because we've got the sticker florals now. So we'll just set those aside for now. I don't know exactly how we're going to work with these, but I also picked out some pieces from the sticker sheet and a couple little clippies. So I thought we'll do those together. But first, on the background here, I want to do a bit of just stenciling. So I want to do that before I attach this to my back mat, because that ridge might show up when you're trying to stencil. So I pulled, whoopsies, throwing stuff. I pulled the stencils that came with the Celebrate kit, and I'm just trying, where did I put the sketch? Okay, so we want some here, and around here, I think. So I was thinking maybe to go with these big stripes, and then maybe just, I don't know if I want to do dots over it or not. We'll just go in and see how it looks with just the one. And I've got, in the oxides, I've got prize ribbon and faded jeans. So they're kind of same tones of the blue, just one is slightly less saturated. So we'll just, and I'm just going to use the same brush for both, going with the light one first. This is this is a Real Techniques makeup brush, and it's like a flat. I just I like this one for kind of, I don't know, I have the other kinds, but I like to use this one every so often, and I'm just going to use the same brush. I don't think it matters a whole heck of a lot when they're this close in color. So we'll just do kind of the light one maybe a bit. And this is smooth cardstock, so it should work nice. I am so sorry about that wind. It sounds crazy. Let's grab some of the darker stuff and just add it on top. Let's see how that looks. Like you could probably achieve this with just the one color and just go in heavier with in certain spots with the same color, but let's try this and see how she looks. That's all right. And then this piece is gonna go down like so. So I think we wanted some down in this area. Maybe bring it over a little bit more this way, almost to the edge, and almost to the edge down here. So I'm gonna move. I mean, I should. It's so stupid. Like I have those sticky mats that you put down so that your stuff doesn't move. I never use them. And I have a couple. Like it's not like, hey, so dumb. Okay, and then let's put some up in this area. Is that too much blue, do you think? Should we introduce maybe another color? Well, I think I'm gonna use some of the sequin mix, maybe in the greens. Well, actually some of each, and scatter them around. So maybe that'll be enough of a contrast to So this is such a pretty line. I did the Vicki Boutin class this past weekend, and so we got to use a lot of it, and it was so good. So good. Okay, I think that's enough probably. Okay, so now we can just start assembling because I've already distressed all my edges. I wanted to get a couple of these done. I mean, I had page kits set aside for the whole month, and I just haven't felt great this month. And anyway, I'm kind of half watching today. Mercy Tiara. Tracy is live streaming on Mercy Tiara today, and for the Patreons, and she's already using the new kit. And I thought, well, that's probably going to go out. What's today? The 25th. It'll go out this week, likely, for people that subscribe, which is me. And so I should probably make some kind of effort to use the current kit before the other one ships. I mean, I've been really slacking this month. Well, last couple of months. But, so I can't remember if I mentioned it in the video or not. My mom had gotten moved into an apartment, and so maybe I will. Yeah, I think I am gonna bring it more over. Or cut it. So one of the ladies at her table had tested positive for COVID. So my mom was good, but because she was sitting there, she had to stay in her room for 5 days and wasn't allowed to have any visitors other than me. So that's fine, whatever. I'm happy that she wasn't ill, but it just meant that nobody else could go in and see her. So they opened it up on this past Tuesday, the day after Family Day, because they had to wait for the ministry to give them the approval to declare them not. I got a string hanging here on my arm. It's driving me crazy. Like to say that they could have people come in. So this past week, she's had lots of visitors. I went, actually I've only gone once. I went on Tuesday, and I had a doctor's appointment. yeah, I had a doctor's appointment Wednesday, and then her cousin's wife, who was real good to her, and she went Thursday, and let's see, where did I put my adhesives now? I moved everything around yesterday. There it is. Not everything, but enough that it's throwing me. You kind of just get used to reaching for things and them being there. What was my point? I'm off. I'm lost. Yeah, so Carolyn went Thursday, and then my Will, he was on his reading week this week, so he went on Friday to see her, and I was going to go yesterday, and then another cousin, like first cousin of hers that are sisters, they called and said, we'd like to go see your mom. Is that okay? And I was like, oh, for sure. And so because she's actually pretty busy in there, if she has one visitor, I don't really bother going because it's kind of overkill, because she goes to lunch, and then or she goes for breakfast and they might have stuff to do in the morning, like she'll sometimes go for crafts, or it might be the day that she goes down to the big submersible tub, and like whatever, have the big bath that day. So or they have what do they have? They have like trivia day, and they have something pretty well every day. It's just whether or not she's going to do it. Sometimes she doesn't want to be bothered, but so she usually has something in the morning, and then she goes down for lunch, and then she comes back and she might have a rest or whatever. And so if somebody goes for an hour or two in the afternoon, that's really all she needs. Like, she doesn't need more than one group of visitors in through the day. Like, so I don't like to horn in on things, because I'm sure she's sick of looking at me after, really, I've been the main visitor for the last couple of months. So anyway, so the two cousins, their sisters, they went yesterday, and then I was getting ready to go today, and I just have a real headache. The weather's shifted again here. Obviously you can hear the noise, but it's a real cold wind too. And so I was just sitting there thinking, ugh, I gotta get up and get moving here, or I'm never gonna get up. You know how that is. Once you start sitting too long, you can't move. And then one of her other cousins called and said, is it okay if I go out and see your mom today? I was gonna take, and it's a neighbor that lives in the area too, that's friends with her. So I was like, that would just be fine. So she's gonna have company again today. So I laid down for a little bit and have this headache more or less gone. Okay, so now I think I'll put this one up here and this one here, just because this is real big and this one isn't as big. Should I do a tucky tuck, in which case save some of it? And if so, what part do we want to save? Let's do this. And this week she has 2 appointments I need to take her to on, so one's Wednesday, nope. One's Tuesday, one's Wednesday. So we're going to be running a lot this week. That's a lot for her. A couple days in a row, and to be honest, it's probably a lot more for me than it is for her, the way that I've been feeling lately. But anyway, we'll get that done. The thing is, once she goes to town, she's like, oh, let's stop here and let's stop there, whereas if I get one thing done in a day, that's more than enough for me. But she hasn't been able to do very much the last couple of months, so I get that she wants to make use of her time when she escape, especially since this last bit of being stuck in what'd she call it, jail. I think now that the weather's nice, that the like it's a retirement facility, so it's not like a nursing home, but you know, it's got care. So they were planning some trips to like a mall in a nearby city, and that got canceled when all the what do you call it, the shutdown kind of happened there. So I don't like that. I don't like that being covered up quite so much. Let's do, okay, well, let's put this one first. Let's see. Maybe I don't need another floral up there. Maybe we do it more like here, and then it's more like on an angle. That's not really the sketch, but who cares? Just make sure it's in a good spot. So she's raring to go. Let's put it that way. And I'm glad that she's enjoying it, which is important, because she keeps saying she was kind of forced into this place, which is not the case. It's just, when she says it, it makes it sound like I was like, you're going to this home, when yes, I did say you can't go home, but she couldn't. Like, it just is not set up for someone that is limited mobility. And anyway, you try and be, you know, understanding as you can be, because it's hard to give up your independence like that. I can't, like, I was talking to my one aunt, and my grandma on that side of the family. She was in her 80s when she passed, and she never had a license. She lived out on a farm, and that's just not how things were done in the day. Like, she didn't go anywhere unless, like, I don't even know how she went and got groceries. Like, when Grandpa was, like, I'm assuming he took her into town, but I don't know, like, because they lived kind of further away, so I wasn't familiar with their day-to-day situation. And he passed when I was just before my 4th birthday, because I had to postpone my first birthday party because they had to go down for the funeral. The things you remember from being a kid, eh? I probably had met the man all of, say, twice a year, and I was not quite 4, so I didn't know him all that well. And I'm not saying there was anything wrong with them. It's just we didn't see him all that well. And when before you're 3, you don't have a real solid memory of what went on. Okay, where are we at here? How we doing? Pretty good. I still don't know what I'm gonna do for a title. Should probably sort that out before I start adding other mess in here. How about just Polly and me? That probably will work. Not the best grammar, but too bad. Polly and I. Oh, yeah, let's just Polly and I, so it doesn't bother me that I've butchered the English language. Should we? Now they have it more down here. I'd rather have it right on the this gray blue, so it actually shows up. And we'll just stagger things at a tweeny bit, so that makes, I always think an alpha that moves up and down is a little more interesting to look at, and then it's less trying to make it actually fit, like line up properly. Kind of like when you can fit them in, like another letter like that. So what's everybody got coming for new paper lines. I just got an order from scrapbook.com. Not yesterday or the day before, and I did no unboxing because I already have the thing unpacked and put away. Is there no ampersand? Daggone it. Okay, there is not. So we need to go on the hunt for an ampersand. Now I do have, oh, I wonder if there's one on here. Sticker sheet. Is there an and or an ampersand? Oh, see, I gotta pay more attention to what I'm doing. Now, should I try and tuck it under the two words? Because I always like how that looks. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, so that was why I was kind of rearranging things yesterday, because I ordered in, they were the tall, skinny scrapbook.com organizers, and I thought that they would store my 6x8 paper pads, because I've been on a 6x8 paper pad kick just lately. And they came, and they are not, you know, there was no false advertising involved. It was ignorant ordering, because they are only 4 3/4 wide. So yeah, the pads, they ain't fitting. I think the slimline pads fit. I think that's kind of what they are for. But anyway, I just had to reorganize everything to make use of those, and actually it's working good, because a lot of my embellishment packages are about that wide. And then so I moved the other thing that I had that stuff in back here, and was able to put my 6x8 pads in that, and that's actually this mess here. So I've got some embellishments here. There's some old stuff that I'm just trying to use up, some not just for boys stuff, and then a bunch of pads and 6x8 paper, and then the other stuff is in there now. So anyway, that's fine, but now I've got to remember to turn around there because it's got scissors and whatnot. I should probably just move the scissors up here somewhere, so I'm not like every time I'm like, where are the scissors at? Because I used to sit right here. You know, I'll just get used to them being back there, and then I'll move them again. That's about how I function. Okay. All right, got a title. Got an ampersand on. Oh, I kind of want the eye on top of the ampersand, though, don't I? Locked buyout. That distracting? Let's see. No, I don't like that there at all. I liked it where I had it previously. And now, can I remember where I had it previously? I think it was up in here somewhere. Maybe not quite that high. Okay. Anyways, I got another Paper Rose collection, the Artsy something. What the heck is it called? Artsy Print or something? They're pretty. And then I got some of the new pink, one of the pink paisley ones, just a few sheets, because I have a sneaking suspicion it will show up in some kits. I'm guessing, I think there's a few sheets maybe in a Mercy Tiara kit coming up. And I can definitely see Scrap Room doing one of their flavors of the month in that. And then what else did I get? I got these. I got some albums. Oh, I got a bunch of Paper Rose what you call it, dies, leaf dies. So I want to start using, and as I'm putting them away, I'm like, oof, I got a lot of leaf dies. Why did I give away? Anyway. All right, let's try and tuck some of this jazz in. So, this month, and I think from now on, Tracy's gonna include these printable files for the labels. So I just use, it's not a heavy cardstock. I got a pack of 8.5 by 11, kind of just a heavier weight printer paper. It's not even a, you know what I mean? But it's nice and smooth, and if you print it on, you know, best whatever, they print out really nice. So I could tuck some of these in too, maybe, because like, I mean, they're she designs them to match perfectly, so obviously they're gonna work. So what if we did a green and then a dark blue? Kind of something like that. And because you don't want to waste it, let's just do this. And then it just sneaks in there. Just nice. And then we can put, so I've got some words picked out, some little branches. Let's see. Let's do the big ones first. That's generally, so this is saving the memory. So if I want it down there, up here, right in here, maybe straddling the two like that. And because I've distressed the edge of the paper, that top part's going to sit up, but let's put a hot dot underneath the bottom section. Yeah, and then what else did I get? Oh, Fancy Pants Frosted, is it Frosted Garden? It was one of the new winter lines, and I had thought maybe it would show up in the scrap room, but it didn't, so I wanted to get it before it disappeared because it was a pretty line. And then, yeah, so there's a lot of beautiful, like, oh, so I had a 2 pulled because there's 2 of us now. And I have a today. Lovely little moments, the little things. Oops, that's not sticky. Snapshot, because I thought, you've got lots of orange up there, so if we pull it just a tiny bit here, and then maybe this up here today to pull the orange around a little bit. It was looking quite, you know, it was going to end up being mostly blues and greens, but if you pull in just a few bits of color elsewhere, it really livens it up. Okay, there's that. And then what about, let's see, tucking this blue, I guess they're berries of some sort, are they? Must have ripped the paper into there. So does that look weird? Nope, I like that. Okay. All right, what are we doing here? Now you can barely see the mixed media, but that's generally how it goes, isn't it? So I just finished watching From. There's 2 seasons on Paramount Plus here in Canada. I don't know what it's on down in the States. And so good. And it got me thinking about Lost from years ago. So last week when Tracy had like a live stream again, I was mentioning that she would probably like it because she loves Lost. And then we got talking. Anyhow, was that last week? No, that was 2 weeks ago maybe. Anyhow, what we decided to do is start a Lost discussion group. So those of us that have seen it are rewatching it, and some haven't seen it at all. So it's kind of their first time viewing it. But like, I watched it when it first came out. So that's, what's that, like 20 years ago pretty well? Or I think it is 2012? Can't remember now. Anyway, so it's like watching it the first time because, I mean, you get watching, you're like, oh yeah, they were in that. And, oh yeah. So we're having our little discussion group tonight. Should figure out if that's think it's just on the message, the Patreon message board maybe. I guess I should. She's doing a live stream right now, so I've been kind of going in and out. I should ask and get myself sorted out. So I watched the first 2 episodes, it was the pilot, was a 2-parter. And let's see. Okay, what's next? Babbling Away. Maybe right there. And yeah, that was a good show. But then I saw an advertisement for From after I'd been watching it and realized that it's the same producer from Lost that's doing From. And one of the main characters in From is, oh crap, what's his name now? The guy with the son and the dog. He's one of the main characters in From, so it's like very, I don't know how to say it, not incestuous, but like it's a real callback, and I wouldn't have remembered it if I hadn't been watching Lost again. Let's put that one in instead because he'll slide under a little bit better. So anyway, that's what I've just been watching. Now I just finished the 2 seasons of From, and Lost we're only gonna do like, I don't know, 1 a week, or not a whole heck of a lot, so I gotta figure out something else to watch. In my downtime. Now let's see here. Babbling and not paying attention. So got some little guys that can go up here. This little sticker was, I thought, kind of interesting looking. Now I have sticker. Let's put some of this shinier texture up here. Yeah. So if anyone has any recommendations of if that's kind of the stuff I like kind of, what do you call it? I do like horror, to be honest. But I also like mystery and true crime and, you know, all the stuff that not a sociopath would watch at all, right? Taking notes. I want to put a little, no, I don't want another floral there. Do I want to get into butterflies? I have this one pulled and I have this one pulled. I like this one because it has the 2 colors. You can put him maybe down here. Yeah, Vicki Boutin's class was awesome. Honestly, I think this is probably my favorite of them. Like, I like doing them all, and I do the albums, but this one came together like that, and I almost think that I'm going to get pictures in it. I never seem to get pictures in it. That's the thing. Do we want something a little bit brighter down in this corner, though? Different colored butterfly. Where'd I put? Here. Yeah, these colors, they're just, they're not pastels, and they're not like necessarily dark, but they're just more muted, right? Do I want that guy? He's too big. I think I want the little guy still. Or is there a little sticker butterfly? Our bird. I don't think I want to get into birds because we've already, well, there's another one of these. I wonder if I should incorporate that down there too, just to, or put it up here. Yeah. So March should be busy around here. So So I went to the doctor the other day, and I think a lot of you probably, I've mentioned it, that I have Lyme disease. So I need to get a PICC line put in, and that's a line that goes in your arm and basically in like a big vein all the way up to near your heart, so that I can do intravenous antibiotics every day. And I was like, yeah, how long is this, do you figure? And he's like, well, blah blah blah. Gist of it is minimum 4 months. Oh, Jesus. And I am terrible with needles, so we'll just see. I guess I'm not poking myself every day, but still, just the thought of that being in me is going to be like, ugh. I don't know. And you do, they call it herxing, when you have like the virus is dying off. It's just basically bad, I don't know, like almost like a bad flu or a hangover, but like really bad. And it's like most of the time. So it was really bad when I did the oral antibiotics, which I'm still on, and I guess I'll stop once I start the IV. But yeah, and then maybe not that. Probably enough doings here, eh? Yeah. I might put this guy down here yet. So now that looks kind of silly. It kind of, that's a nice little something there. It kind of blends in without being too in your face. Anyway, we'll just see how things go. I'd really like to be feeling better by summer. Because, I mean, yeah, you feel worse at the beginning, but the idea is you should eventually feel pretty good or decent. And the other thing that someone on a local Lyme message board had suggested was going for glutathione IV infusions. That helps with the die-off and the herxing and whatnot. So there's lots of things you can do. It's just everything's really pricey. Like nothing's, like we're in Canada, so everything is at a pot, or like everything is usually covered, but not this. Do we want to, there's not really a great place for that to go. I think I might just forget about that one orange piece then. Saving the memories right here today, the little things. So I don't think I want another little. So are we done for that kind of jazz? Maybe. I will write that date in. I gotta look that up. I know it was April-ish. But should we? Yes, we should. Now I gotta find my picky. Where my picky at? And let's try. So I got, I showed in, was it the Scrap Shots haul? I got the fine tip applicator for the Nuvo. Let's see how this one works. I haven't tried it out yet. I think I had it so it was coming out, but I didn't go beyond that. Really scientific about how I'm throwing these on, eh? Okay. Bloop. Wow. Come on now. Don't be shy. These gold ones, the brushed gold, are really pretty. Good grief. After, you know, we've had kind of shinier. Oh, Christ. Sorry. Oh, this is, my arms are kind of bugging me today. This might not work the best, huh? why are you not? This is coming out, right? Nope. That's why. All right, let's poke it. All right. Because I do like the Nouveau. Alrighty, where was I? Yeah, with the change in the weather, I've got the headache and the joint pain, so it makes it, good grief. All right, let's forget that one. Let's try the art glitter. And my tip clogged up on it too, so I have to wash it out to get it, the fine tip one, to get it working properly. So let's just be careful with this guy. That's better. Come on now. Golly, it sounds like a winter storm, but the grass is greening up pretty nice. Wonder if we'll get any more snow. Like, I mean, it's only, I remember years we had snow in April and May, and it's only the end of February, so I'm gonna just assume that we'll have a little bit more yet. But that's okay. We live in Canada. It's kind of par for the course. My one son has gone up to our cabin to go ice fishing this weekend, so obviously there's still ice kicking around. Wonder what he'll bring back. He has his he has a smoker out in the shop here, so I am really hoping that there's some fish smoked this coming week. And I will partake, whether he likes it or not. No, he's good about bringing stuff in to see what we think of it. He did pork chops a couple weeks ago, and they weren't the best. I'll be honest. And he was like, "They're not the best." But he'd never done pork chops, or what did I say? Pork chop? No, spare ribs. He did spare ribs, and they were kind of tough. So I think there's a learning curve to any of that stuff, right? So we'll see how his next attempt goes. You almost have to either marinate them like in some kind of brine, or boil them first. I know when we do them in the oven, I usually let them boil a bit and then put them in the oven and slow cook them for hours and hours. Okay, do we want a few more up here maybe? Doop, 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 doop. Very scientific process here. Whoopsie daisy. I just saw Willie drive out. I don't know where he was off to. He goes back to school tomorrow. And they're in midterms now. Well, actually, he had a few before the break. They just had their reading week. But he doesn't have any until Friday, and then he has 2 on Friday, so he's getting himself ready for those. All right, did I have any more? I did. One over here. There. I think that's good. I'm happy with that. Do we need anything else? I don't think so. I think that's going to be good. I think that's pretty close to the sketch. Not that it matters. Let's see, are we in? Yeah, I think you know what. I mean, I used a smaller photo. I think maybe that's why it took up more space over here, but overall, I like that. Yeah, so certainly feels good to get something done for a change. It's been a while since I've actually done any layouts. I've made some page kits, but I haven't actually done any layouts. Yeah, well, I mean Vicky's, but I didn't use photos. I just kind of did the bases for some photos, and I more or less did the mini album for that class. And then I think she still has, so she put up in the store, this Vicky Boutin, her 10 plus layout classes that are coming up, and they're not her product. It's some simple stories and crepe paper or pink paisley. Really nice kits, and if you haven't taken one of her 10 plus layout kits, you got to do it, because you get a ton of stuff, and it's like a full day of just doing layouts, and you get enough for 14 to 16 pages worth, so it's well worth your time. So I'll put a link down below too for that, in case you're interested and you haven't done hers before. If you're in Canada, the shipping makes sense, but you can also buy the access only, so you can purchase, like, she'll give you a list of what's included in her kit, and after the kits are sold out, she'll sell the access only, and then you can buy the product at your local scrapbook store or elsewhere online close to you, so that you're not paying a fortune for the shipping. I need a little star down here. But yeah, well worth the dough. So that's what day was this? Day 8 for Fall Sketch February. Well, better late than never. I will put down below the links to Mercy Tiara and to the playlist for Follow a Sketch February, and Vicky Boutin, and yeah. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. Hope you guys are able to get something done this weekend. I don't know if it'll probably be Monday by the time I actually get this uploaded, knowing me. But anyway, better than nothing. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.